About 100 plus videos later, and I still haven't found anybody who has anything bad to say about the city of Lenexa. It's quickly becoming one of the most popular areas you could live on the Kansas side, and in this video, we're gonna break down one of the most popular new neighborhoods that the city has to offer. And if you stick around to the end, we're not just going to cover the location, the schools, the 30 new plots of land that they just unlocked, but we're also going to break down some of the most popular floor plans in Johnson County that builders can't build enough of. And the last thing we'll discuss is a huge development that's coming to the area soon and will elevate the value of the entire city. I totally failed to mention in the intro, Arbor Lake. That's what we're talking about here. It was developed by Rodrock, which is one of the biggest developers, a well-respected developer here in Johnson County. So they develop communities, they also build their own homes, and we'll talk about that here closer to the end of the video. But the home prices in Arbor Lake are between $600,000 and they go up pretty much to $800,000. That's kind of the sweet spot. I haven't seen too much above that, although the prices there's a little bit of wiggle room on either side of that. So like I said, they just unlocked about 30 plus different home sites. A lot of them are plots of land that you choose. You decide the exact floor plan, whether it's a custom floor plan or a semi-custom floor plan. We'll discuss those at the end as well. But there aren't many spec homes or homes that are already under construction and that are move-in ready, because this is one of the most popular communities in the city of Lenexa. Now, one of the biggest benefits here is that you get to basically take your pick. There are so many different lots to choose from. A lot of them are in premier locations. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with the location, and then we'll make our way to the lots, the builders, the floor plans, and everything else. So I'm a big fan of where Lenexa is located, and Arbor Lake is certainly no exception. So a couple of the reasons why Lenexa is so popular is because it's far enough away from like the more congested areas, the more trafficked areas of Johnson County, but it's close enough that you're like within 15, 20 minutes of anything that's like far away, with most things being about 10 to 15 minutes away. So super convenient. It also has more of a small town feel without being rural or without feeling as, let's say, hustle and bustle as like a downtown Kansas City or like Overland Park, which I don't think is anything compared to downtown Kansas City, but it's definitely, it has a more dense population. Lenexa, I think, is much less dense. It's a lot bigger of an area, and you've just got a lot of green space nearby. So here are the 4 things that are pretty close to Arbor Lake that I think are absolute hits. So number 1, you've got Shawnee Mission Park. This is my dog's favorite by far. You've got a dog park there. You've got Shawnee Mission Lake right there as well. You've got trails throughout. You've got a swim beach. You've got a disc golf course. Anything that you could possibly want. It's about 10 minutes away, just around the corner. Now, another park and another lake just across K7. You've got Lake Lenexa. This was recently renovated. You've got Black Cove Park right there as well. If you go in an early morning, it's one of the most peaceful places to be. Again, one of the big crown jewels of Lenexa is that you're surrounded by so much green space, and living in Arbor Lake is no exception. Number 3 is another reason that Lenexa is so popular. They've just been spending so much money renovating things and key infrastructure around the city. So we've got the city center, which is about 10 minutes away, just to your east. So you've got the public market, which is kind of a new school cafeteria. It's got micro restaurants inside. So no matter what you're looking for, it's got something for everybody in the family if nobody can agree on something. You've also got in the courtyard area, you've got live music sometimes on the weeknights, weekends, and then you've got the new library, the aquatic center. They've just spent a ton of money there. It's a great place to go. And even people from Overland Park will go over into Lenexa because it's such a great place to be. Now, the last one, I have to mention this. It's at the border of Lenexa and the border of Overland Park. You've got the Oak Park Mall. So basically anything that you could possibly want to do, the Oak Park Mall is going to have it. Also near the Oak Park Mall, you've got bulk shopping. So Sam's Club, you've got your Costco's right there as well, and just a ton of stuff nearby. So whatever it is you want to do, you're either 10 to 15 minutes away, or like at most you're like 20 minutes away. If you want to go to downtown Kansas City, again, you're like 20 minutes away. It's a great place to live. The final part of the location is all about the schools, and this is a good one because you're in one of the highest rated school districts in the entire like Kansas City area. According to niche.com, the Olathe Public School District. It's almost like splitting hairs because a lot of the districts in Johnson County are all very highly rated. So I think one of the best features of living in Arbor Lake is how close you are, how convenient the locations of the schools are. So we're going to go through one by one on the map, and then we'll also discuss a private school nearby that's just like right across the street. So starting with the elementary school, you've got Canyon Creek Elementary. It's like right around the corner, just 4 minutes away. And then then it's on the way to the middle and high schools, which are right next to each other. So you've got Prairie Trail Middle School, which is about 10 minutes away, and then Olathe Northwest High School, which is 9 minutes away. Now, a lot of people in the area feel that Olathe Northwest High School is one of the better ones in the Olathe School District. Now, another thing that you should know about the Olathe Public School District is that when they get to high school, depending on whether or not you opt into the 21st Century program, which is something that they can do when they're in middle school, they get to essentially do something like choose a major, just like you would in college. So depending on what they want to study, each high school has a different little academy housed inside of it. So whether it's like marketing, business, biology, sports science, anything like that, in middle school, they get to apply to go to whichever high school has the academy that aligns with whatever their future vision is. So a great testing ground, great way to build specialized knowledge before getting to college. So those are all the public schools in the Olathe School District. You also have a private Catholic school, like literally just down the street, St. James Academy. It's one of the most popular ones in the entire Johnson County area, and to have it so close nearby, for example, just driving around the community of Arbor Lake, it's very clear you'll see a bunch of signs just driving around in Arbor Lake who have kids that are in St. James Academy. That's all for the location. If you like Lenexa, or if you'd consider moving there, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button below. If you want to see how it stacks up to other cities around, I'll leave a link to a full playlist that'll help you compare them side by side so you can find the one that fits your preferences the most. Now, I will also, if you're interested, send you a full list. This is what I do. I scour, I look around for all the new home communities because I always have clients interested in them. So if you'd like a full list of all the new home communities in Lenexa or the surrounding areas, make sure to reach out to me. All my contact information is below: email, text, phone call, and I'll get that right out to you. So that's all for the location. We're going to move on to all of the builders, the different floor plans, and all of the amenities in Arbor Lake. Here are the 3 reasons why Arbor Lake and all of the 30 plus new lots that they just unlocked stand out from all the other new home communities in the area. Number 1 is that a lot of these lots are open to select. A lot of them have not been taken up, so you're getting in early where you get to take your pick of the best ones out there. And if you look at the plat map, you'll notice there are a lot of lots around the perimeter. There are quite a few cul-de-sacs, and that's one of the most valuable things that you can look for in a lot. It basically guarantees privacy. You can even build your privacy in with even more landscaping, and it's one of the things that I get asked about the absolute most when people are looking to build their own homes. So number 2 is that you've got not just all of those lots around the perimeter, but a lot of them are bordering the lake, and a lot of them around the perimeter are also walkout lots. So walkout lots are super popular because it means the basement is above ground, so it doesn't feel dark or dingy down there. And if you do want to finish the basement, like one of the most popular floor plans in the area in Kansas City in general is a ranch reverse, like basically a ranch with a finished basement. And it's very convenient to have the wet bar down there, the second family room down there, and to be able to walk right out into the backyard. You'll find a lot of different ones to choose from in Arbor Lake. Now, you don't have to do it with a ranch reverse. You can do it with a 2-story, a 1.5 story, but having that finished basement with a walkout lot that walks right out to the lake is a really big deal. Number 3, all about the home builders. These are some of the best home builders in all of Johnson County, and you're not just getting some of the best builders, you're getting some of the best floor plans they just can't build enough of that sell out immediately. And this is one of the reasons why in Arbor Lake that there aren't many homes that are under construction that haven't already sold yet. So in no particular order, we're going to start with Hilmann Home Building. One thing that I think sets Hilmann apart is their series of Chesapeake ranches. The names are kind of interesting. It's hard. You'll see it if you go on the website, but they're Chesapeake ranches. They have several different versions of it with different modifications. So there's almost certain to be one out there that fits your specific preferences. But what you're seeing on the screen, I really liked what they did. This is their model in Arbor Lake. You've got the nice porch in the front with the stone columns that are just towering on either side of the entry. And they carry that look inside. You've got the stone fireplace. You've also got the really tall ceilings. And they definitely spent some extra money on that waterfall island. I really like the exposed beam overhead. And the layout itself is one of the reasons why this is such a top selling floor plan. They sell so many. Most of the homes that they build are like one version of these floor plans. And then what I really like is if you go into the basement, you'll see not only like a huge wet bar with an island, but you've also got a second fireplace down there. I believe it's a walkout lot, which is super cool. Now, builder number 2, the developer Rodrock also builds homes as well. They happen to be one of the largest builders in the entire Johnson County area and the Kansas City area, which means they've got a reputation to defend, and they're going to bring you a stable product, right? Something that you don't have to second guess. So I think it looks like, based on all the homes that they're selling, that their 1.5 story floor plans are some of the most popular ones that they're building. Of course, each of these builders will build a 1.5 story, 2 story, and reverse ranch style floor plans, but I think Rodrock has some really good 1.5 1.5 story. So you're seeing some clips of their Kingston and El Dorado floor plans and their Durham floor plan, which is a 2-story. Basically, you've got an abundance of picture windows, you've got some top-notch finishes and styles inside of these homes, but that's something that you get to pick entirely when you build your own. Now, number 3, again, no particular order, is Prieb Homes. We've had a good experience with Prieb. I've had some clients look at their homes, and I've had one client who closed. It was a good deal. So their specialty is 2-story homes. They have 2 floor plans that I think are just like, they can't build enough of them. The Levi 2 and then the Harlow 5. They will have different iterations of each of those floor plans, but you're seeing some examples on the screen. What I really like is the consistency throughout their style, selections, everything like that. I really like the arches that they do. So you'll see a lot of arches in the dining room, off the entry. You'll also see them in the master bathroom above the tub. So that's one thing that's just unique. Totally depends on what your style looks like, but this is something that you control when you're building your own home. Now, lastly, the time to build in Arbor Lake is going to be probably 12 months is what they're going to quote you at, but really the building timelines right now take anywhere from 10 to 12 months. So there is a small chance, don't quote me here, that it could be finished before 12 months is up. Now, those are only a few of the most popular floor plans you'll find, not just in Arbor Lake, but the entire Johnson County area. So what we did, I know there's a lot to do when you're interested in building your own home. There are a lot of floor plans to choose from. So we went ahead and compiled all of the most popular ones that are selling a lot, all in one list, whether it's like a 2-story, 1.5 story, or a ranch reverse. We've got it there from several different builders all over the Johnson County area. It's on the first comment down in the description. It's pinned at the top. If you follow that link, it'll take you to it. And once you find one that you like, or if you don't find one that you like, at least it'll give you some inspiration. We can hunt down the exact one you're looking for you. And once you're ready for the next step, what we can do is we can go ahead and help with builder selection, right? Getting quotes, comparing them to make sure you're getting the most value possible. And of course, picking the right location to build it in, because all of those things matter and they all determine the value of your new home. Now, the last 2 parts of this video, we're gonna move on to the amenities in Arbor Lake. With Rodrock being a premier developer in Johnson County, one of their specialties is their classic 0-entry Rodrock pool with the slide. So you've also got a splash pad area for the kids, very conveniently located in the community. You've also got a 3.5-acre lake, which is stocked for fishing, which is excellent in case you don't want to go across the highway to Lake Lenexa or Shawnee Mission Park. You do have all of those things nearby. So having it right in the community, certainly a huge convenience factor. Finally, I think the value of Lenexa as an entire city is just going to continue going up because the convenient location, right? You're far enough, it's quiet enough, it's not as dense as some of the surrounding cities, but it's close to everything you need to be, and it's got a lot of green space. Those are all huge factors behind it. But you also, just across the boundary of Lenexa into DeSoto, just to your west, you've got the Panasonic battery plant coming in. And this is a much bigger deal than it seems like at the outset. Basically, they're developing this to create a bunch of batteries for electric cars that go to Tesla. The reason this is a big deal is because this is one part of a broader trend of a lot of companies moving to Kansas City in the Midwest, which is great for our economy, but it also means that the value of the location is going to go up tremendously. Like, I'm already getting phone calls from people just in Kansas City or across the country, Arizona, for example, people who are already preparing to move because they're going to hire about 4,000 people. So as they do that, as people have to move to the area, the entire value of the location just continues to go up and up and up. And this is your chance to build your own home there before all of that happens. But right now, you get your pick of some of the best lots in the entire area. So there you have it, everything you need to know about Arbor Lake, one of the most popular new home communities in the fast-growing city of Lenexa. If you have any questions about this community or some of the other new home communities, or finding the best place to build your own custom home, I'd absolutely love to help. If you think we'd be a good fit, make sure to go down into the comments below. You'll find all of my contact information. We can set up a time to talk and discuss the next steps so you know you're getting the most valuable home in the entire neighborhood. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested in future videos about the Kansas City suburbs and the Kansas City real estate market, and I'll see you on the next one.